first try.
Have you ever wondered questions such as, even though whales are mammals, can they drink salt water? Are poison tree frogs poisonous to themselves? What are the occupational workplace hazards for a beaver? Those questions and more answered on this week's Mug Up Monday. Actually, no, they're just those questions and then one other topic. But still, we're gonna do it. I'm just gonna let that fire die out there now. I'm just enjoying myself in the woods here. We'll get started on the first topic, which is smashed beavers. Whoa, no, that's family-friendly channel. It's family-friendly, okay? Stop. Beavers isn't the animal. There are occupational hazards that comes with being a beaver. All right, the animal. So I was watching a video of a guy cutting down a tree, and it split on him, this massive tree, and it almost came down and killed him. And I thought, wow, that's a dangerous job, is when you're a logger and you're cutting down big trees like that. And then I thought, oh, beavers have been doing it a lot longer than we have. There's got to be the same hazards involved with them. So I googled it. After making sure the safe search was on, I searched for smashed beavers, and I found that yes, indeed, beavers do die on occasion from cutting down trees. They'll fall the wrong way, or they can't get out of the way quick enough, or whatever it may be. Beavers will die from cutting down trees. There's no shortage of this happening. I guess it's rare to see it happen firsthand, but it does happen. Makes sense, right? It is a danger, and it is what they do, so it is a risk that's involved with it. So, interesting thing about beavers, they have a special nail on their back foot that is where they secrete their castor oil from their gland, and that's where they comb it throughout their fur, and that's what helps them stay waterproof in the water. They need to be able to do this to stay waterproof, so they do spend a fair bit of time grooming themselves. This is a nice spot. I'm really comfortable. So, on to the second topic, which is whales. Whales drink salt water. Makes sense. They have a mouth and they're in salt water all the time, so they drink salt water. But whales have special kidneys, unlike most other mammals, that will filter the salt water and then just secrete it through their urine. The same thing as happens for us when we eat too much salt or excess salt. We will sweat it out, cry it out, or put it out. But what's really interesting is scientists don't actually know, because it would kind of be hard to, I guess, measure, but they don't know how much water whales actually drink. Some speculate that they only get the water they need while they're consuming their food, and that helps aid in digestion and keeping them hydrated. But living in the waters, it's not like they sweat or anything like that, like the rest of us do, where we have to keep replenishing our waters. Their water, their natural hydration it just comes from the world around them, basically. So poison tree frogs, they get their toxin from the insects they actually consume. Amongst this is a toxin called batrachotoxin, I believe is how you say it. There's a lot of I believe how you say it in these. I don't know how to say stuff. We've all come to terms with that, okay? We've all come to terms with that. So if I say something wrong, don't murder me for it. Just go with it. Go with it and realize I'm kind of an idiot when it comes to language. Anyways, this toxin, what it does, it kind of gets into the when it's say a poison tree frog or poison dart tree frog is ingested by an animal or human or whatever. What ends up happening is this toxin reacts to the cells by forcing them open. So when your brain is sending an electrical signal, instead of the signals being able to respond, they just stay open. So what ends up ultimately happening is your brain signal to your heart telling it to beat, to your lungs telling it to breathe, and so on and so forth, aren't getting a response back to your brain, so your brain can't tell it what to do next, which is to take another breath or to beat another time. So you basically just die instantly almost. Freshwater isn't conductive to electricity. It needs to have some kind of mineral in it or some kind of electrolyte. In our case, sodium, as humans and most living creatures, sodium tends to be the go-to medium that creates the electrolyte within our body, so our nerves can communicate back and forth to our brain or central nervous system. So the frogs have a mutation that where they can slightly change the ions of what they call the sodium ion door of these molecules, and essentially then the toxin can't bond to the frog's own proteins, so it doesn't actually have any effect on the frogs themselves. So they basically have changed the structure of these particular receptors within their body, which makes them immune to the toxins they ingest, and ultimately the toxins that they will build up in case they are ingested. Well, that's also something I thought was pretty interesting, is they don't actually produce their own poison. They get their poisons from eating insects that are poisonous, and they accumulate that poison. Due to their mutated genetics, they are resistant to these particular toxins, which is great, because the more we know about what they've done, the better we are to manipulate things such as medicine and things like that that could help someone who may come in contact with similar toxins, or if someone's out in the woods probably licking tree frogs for whatever reason, that person might be licking tree frogs. And the last topic, scientists found a prehistoric 385 million year old fossilized root system, a web root system of what they think is probably the oldest forest on planet Earth. Under an old highway department quarry, they know that this forest was home to at least 3 species of Earth's earliest known tree-like plants. Cladoxyalopsids is the name of these particular plants. They are kind of like described as pseudo trees. They're not real trees, but they are the predecessors of modern day trees. And while during this time the majority of plant life kind of revolved around marshes and swampy areas of the earth, what's interesting about this was a drier area, and it went through dry spells that they know of. So well, that was rude. Camera cut off on me, but I'm too far away to run home and grab another battery, and in typical fashion, I forgot one because I'm an idiot. However, we'll finish off with my cell phone. So these this is an area where they know back in the day was more dry than where most plants were starting to sprout up around the earth during that time. Most vegetation was popping up around swamps and wetlands and things like that. So this is the first ever idea of this becoming a tree where it has a root system that can go deep enough to get at the water that it requires. So that's pretty cool. There's more to come out on this. I mean, this article was just released 2 days ago, so there's which will be 3 days for you guys. When there's an update on that, maybe I'll post it on my YouTube community page. So once again, I appreciate you guys coming out, spending some time with me, learning some random facts, and in this beautiful woods. Oh, there's my camera. Where's it? Deadbeat. Up. Oh, hear that? That's my phone about to die too. I wasn't prepared for the day. Yeah. Don't tell the wife, she was right.